In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the rear brakes on this Audi S4. These are going to be located behind the rear wheels. Let's get into it. In the trunk, you need to lift up on this cover right here. There's a little handle that will hold that out of the way. On the left side of the spare tire, you're going to grab this toolbox. If you lift the handle, then you can pull it up. Open this up, it's just a couple levers, and then you're looking for this key. Grab this key. Remove the center cap, take that key. There's a hole right there, just go in the hole, pull that off. Using a 17mm socket, take the lug bolts off. Before I take the last one off, I'm just going to hold the wheel, prevent it from falling. Then grab the wheel and pull it off. I'm going to take the bleeder screw cap off. I'm just going to use a 10mm wrench, loosen up the bleeder screw. And then we'll just snug it up just so it doesn't leak. Now take these two bolts off, use a 13mm socket. And you can see the pin is spinning. I'm just going to use some pliers to prevent the pin from spinning. If you have a wrench that's skinny enough, you can use that. Pull that off. Do the same with the bottom. That out. And I just grab the caliper, pull that off, and we use a brake caliper hanger and just hang this out of the way. Now remove the brake pads. If you need to, use a pry bar, pry those out. Pull those out. Now before we go to take the caliper bracket off, we're going to actually take the lower shock bolt out. The reason why is because you're going to need an 8mm hex socket to get in there, take the top bolt out. The bottom one, the shock, is going to be in the way. If you have a shorter socket and you can get in there, go ahead and do that. You can skip this step, but it's just easier to take this out. We're going to use a pull jack, just go underneath the suspension. Just raise up, take a little tension off the shock. Use a 21mm wrench on the nut, 21mm socket. Take the bolt out, just lower this down. Take that out of the way. Now take the shock, I'm just going to push it up, and I'll just take the bolt and we'll just put the bolt in there. That'll just prevent it from getting in our way. Now take a 8mm hex socket, get that lined up. Just gonna use a pry bar and just push it in. And loosen that bolt up. Grab that bolt, pull that out, and do the same for the top one. You can move the shock out of the way so you can access that. There we go, that's out. Now take this screw out, use a T30 socket. Pull that out. And just grab the rotor, pull it off. If it's stuck on there, I'll take a hammer, just give it a tap. Loosen it up. And pop it off. Now I'm going to use a wire brush and just clean up the hub surface. All right, that's good. Now just take some anti-seize, just give it a little squirt, just a thin coat. That's good. Now take the rotor, the back side, use some brake parts cleaner. Spray it down, wipe it with a rag. Spin it around, do the same on the front. Take the rotor, line it up. And get the screw started. And snug it down. All right, take the bracket. You just want to take a pocket screwdriver, take these clips off, anti-rattle clips or the brake pad shims. Take those off, and we'll just clean up this area with a wire brush. Okay, that's good. I'll just take some silicone paste, just a thin coat. It's just to prevent corrosion in the future. That's good. Take the clips, slide those on. Grab the pins, pull those out, wipe it off with a rag. Use a little brake parts cleaner, clean that up. I'll just put a coat of silicone paste on there. And if it was real bad, you can use some wire brushes and just clean out the caliper side of it, but this wasn't too bad. Make sure the boot looks good and not ripped and it's sealed. Do the same on the other one. Here we go. It's good. Now take the bracket, line it up. It's lined up, get the bolt started. And get the lower bolt started. That's good. Tighten those down. Pull that off. Now I'm going to torque these to 55 foot-pounds. That's good. Pull that out. Do the same on the bottom one. Now for the bottom one, I just have some extensions and a universal. And torque this to 55 foot-pounds. Good. Now raise up on the suspension so the lower shock mount will line up. Put the bolt through. There we go. And I'll put that washer on in the nut. Tighten this down. And I torque this to 110 foot-pounds. That's good. And you can lower the pole jack. I take the brake pads, get these lined up, push those on, there and there. All right, that's good. Now, you're gonna need this special tool with the pins so that when you're compressing the caliper, it's actually twisting the piston as you're doing it. So get the right adapter, line those pins up. Like that. Now I'm just going to take the tube, go over the bleeder screw. We're going to open up the bleeder screw while we're compressing the piston so that the dirty fluid just goes out the bleeder screw. Just use the correct wrenches. See, as I tighten this down, piston's turning and the fluid's coming through the hose. Just go nice and slow. Looks good right there. And before we take this off, just tighten up the bleeder screw. Just snug that up. And take the hose off. I can remove the tool. There you go. Just make sure the boot looks okay. There's a little bit of air trapped in there. If you have a little air bubble in there, you can just take a pocket screwdriver, be very careful, and just peel away at the dust boot, just so the air gets out. That looks good. And rule of thumb, normally you have the piston where the tabs are, just like that, so that it's open at the top and open at the bottom. Sometimes brake pads have pins that go in there. These ones don't, so it's not a big deal, but that's just normally how it's done. Now I just take the hanger off for the brake caliper. Go over the brake pads, take the bolts, get the bolts started. Now I'll just use the pliers, snug these down. I'll torque these to 26 foot-pounds. That's good. Now snug this down. Snug down the bleeder screw and put the cap on. And you can just wipe down any residual or use a little brake parts cleaner to clean it up. Now install the wheel. Line that up with the holes. Get the lug bolt started. Snug those down. Now we're going to torque the lug bolts to 90 foot-pounds in a cross pattern to tighten the wheel down evenly. Go around again, double check. And the center cap, you flip it over. There's a picture of a valve stem. You want to line that up with the valve stem. Lock it down in place. After you're done, take the key, close up the toolbox, slide it in place, push down the handle, take the cover off, and push it in place. Now you want to slowly pump the brake pedal. There's going to be a little bit of an air gap between the brake caliper piston and the brake pads. That's good. About 5 times, then it feels normal. Then under the hood, you want to double check the brake fluid level and adjust accordingly.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.